Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we've got something really special for you, something crazy, something unbelievable, something wacky. We're diving into the top 5 most bizarre stories that will absolutely blow your mind. I'm talking about events so strange, so out there, you'll be questioning everything you thought you knew. So, make sure to stick around till the end because you won't believe number 1. Trust me, you're not gonna want to miss this. Let's do it. Imagine surviving a nuclear bomb. Well, meet Tsutomu Yamaguchi, the man who not only survived one atomic bomb but, it was 1945. World War II was raging, and Tsutomu was on a business trip to Hiroshima. As he walked through the city, he saw a blinding flash of light, felt an immense wave of heat, and was thrown into darkness. He had just witnessed the detonation of the first atomic bomb ever used in warfare. He somehow managed to survive the blast, crawling out from under the rubble with severe burns. He wanted to get home to his family, so he boarded a train to Nagasaki, his hometown. He arrived on August 9th, just 3 days after Hiroshima. As he was describing the blinding flash of the Hiroshima bomb, another flash lit up the sky. The Americans had dropped a second atomic bomb, this time on Nagasaki. Tsutomu became a 2-time survivor of atomic bombings. Next up, we're heading down under for a war unlike any other. A war between man and emu. You heard that right, emus. Those big, flightless birds with a surprising knack for warfare. Picture this, it's 1932 Australia. Emus, thousands of them, are wreaking havoc on farmers' crops. These weren't your average bird pests, these emus were organized, relentless, and they were winning. Desperate times called for desperate measures. The Australian government did the unthinkable. They declared war on the emus. The soldiers, armed with Lewis machine guns, were confident. After all, how hard could it be to defeat a bunch of birds? Well, turns out, pretty hard. Emus, they're fast, they're agile, and they're surprisingly bulletproof. After a month of fighting and a whole lot of wasted ammunition, the Australian government conceded defeat. The emus had won. Chapter 3. The Dancing Plague of 1518. When people danced to their death. Imagine this. It's a hot summer day in Strasbourg, 1518. A woman, Frau Trophea, starts dancing in the street. Not just any dance, a wild, uncontrollable frenzy. She dances for days, her feet bleeding, her body exhausted, but she can't stop. Soon others join her, caught in the same bizarre trance. By the end of the week, over 30 people are dancing uncontrollably in the streets of Strasbourg. Doctors are baffled. They diagnose it as a hot blood illness, but nothing works. The dancing plague, as it came to be known, spreads like wildfire. Within a month, 400 people are consumed by this bizarre dancing mania. Some danced until their hearts gave out, others succumbed to exhaustion and dehydration. The dancing plague remains one of history's most baffling medical mysteries. Chapter 4. The Vanishing Act, the Solder Children, and the Night of the Fire. This next story sends chills down my spine. In 1945, in the small town of Fayetteville, West Virginia, lived the Solder family, George, Jenny, and their 9 children. On Christmas Eve, the family gathered around their Christmas tree, their hearts filled with holiday cheer. As the night deepened, 5 of the Solder children, Maurice, Martha, Louis, Jenny, and Betty, begged their parents to stay up late and play. Reluctantly, their parents agreed, and the children went upstairs to their attic bedroom. A few hours later, a fire broke out in the Solder home. George and Jenny managed to escape with 4 of their children, but the fire raged on, blocking access to the attic. By the time the fire was extinguished, the attic had collapsed, leaving no trace of the 5 children. The authorities concluded that the children had perished in the fire, but George and Jenny refused to believe it. They searched tirelessly for their missing children, but the children had vanished without a trace. Chapter 5. The Green Children of Woolpit. Lost in translation or out of this world, buckle up because this last story takes us straight into the Twilight Zone. It's a tale so strange it's been baffling people for centuries. Imagine this. It's the 12th century in the English village of Woolpit. One sunny afternoon, 2 children emerged from the woods, a boy and a girl, but these weren't ordinary children. Their skin was green, their clothes were unfamiliar, and they spoke a language no one understood. The villagers took the children in, feeding them and trying to communicate. Slowly, they began to adapt, learning English and losing their green skin tone. The boy, weaker than his sister, sadly died a few years later. The girl, however, lived on, eventually marrying and integrating into the village. She explained that she and her brother came from a land called St. Martin's Land, a subterranean world where everything was green. And there you have it, folks. The top 5 bizarre stories that are almost too strange to believe. From double atomic bomb survivors to emu warfare, dancing plagues to vanishing children and green kids from another world, reality is truly stranger than fiction. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more amazing content. See you next time.